How you doing? This is DenverKaijudo. This is Mike D here. We're going to talk to you about some card strategies and our ways that we like to play them. Might be foreign to some other players, but we'll check it out. So first, two cards we have here. We have Bronze Arm Tribesman and we have Razorhide. Razorhide is a 3 casting cost, 2,000, with Quill Spike Harvest. Whenever he attacks, you take the top card of your library and you put it into your mana zone. This is a May ability, so you do not always have to do that. Our next card we have is Bronze Arm Tribesman. He is a 4 casting cost, 1,000 with Harvest. When he comes into play, you just put the top card of your library into your mana pool. It is also a May ability. So the two separate things about this card, first off, is the power and the casting cost. The casting cost of Razorhide is 1 less, and he has 1,000 power. So to the untrained eye, looks like he's the better of the two. But actually they are pretty equal in their power and what they do. If you are on the play, obviously Razorhide would be better. If you are on the draw, Bronze Arm Tribesman would be better. Depends on what deck you are also running. If you are running more of a more swarm deck, Bronze Arm Tribesman is obviously just a 2-up right away. Razorhide will take a couple turns to attack before he becomes more effective than Bronze Arm Tribesman. There's a lot of different ways you can play these cards, a lot of different card combos that you can use. Just find the one that best works for you, and it's pretty much personal preference at that point. So next we're going to be talking about some light cards with James over here.
Alright, this is James for DenverKaijudo channel. We're going to be talking about Blinder Beetle, which is a level 3 for 1,000 power. It has Pulse Strobe when it comes into play. You may tap target enemy creature. And then Shock and Awe is a 3 cost for a 2,000 point attacker. He has Rolling Thunder. When he attacks, he may tap target enemy creature. Both of these creatures tap down an enemy, and I think they're very useful both in the same deck or in different decks. I like, first of all, that they're white creatures that can actually attack shields. A lot of the white creatures currently are skirmishers. So these guys help round out your white deck. Your Blinder Beetle is more effective on an aggressive strategy because when he comes into play, he taps down something immediately, and then you're in a position to take one of your skirmishers or one of your other attackers and destroy one of their creatures immediately after Blinder Beetle comes into play. Shock and Awe is more of a control creature that has to be out for a turn before it gets to do anything, but also can have a devastating presence on the board once he does get to attack. At 2,000 power, he has the ability to actually destroy a few creatures, even if it's an even trade. And with his additional tap when he attacks, even running him into one creature, tapping down another that you're going to be able to destroy is a really good sacrifice. So I see Shock and Awe as a much better control creature, whereas I see Blinder Beetle as a far more aggressive white creature, but they're both very, very good at what they do.
Alright guys, and this is Preston, and I'm going to be talking about Aqua Seneschal, Hydro Spy, and the last card to put a weird twist on things right now is Reef Prince Blue Urgle. And so first off, we'll talk about Aqua Seneschal. Aqua Seneschal, of course, is the 3-drop for 2,000 power, and when he attacks, you get to draw a card. He's very aggro-y. He lets your opponent... It puts pressure on your opponent, very much so, because your opponent won't want that extra draw for you, and it gives you the card advantage and everything, so it kind of stumps your opponent. He has a potential to give you... He doesn't just replace the card in your hand. He has a lot of potential to give you like almost a +3 in most games. I would give or take that, but +3 is what I would do. So that being said, it definitely turn 3 is before the turning point of the game, which is turn 4 is what me and my group feel. And so these guys over here in this corner, sorry guys. So the turning point of turn 4, it also, like, I guess you kind of see what your opponent plays when you play an Aqua Seneschal, so it's never a waste even if it gets destroyed because you also got one of the destruction cards out of their deck at that time. So I'll put that to the side. Hydro Spy. It's an automatic +1 card. You replace the card you just played in your hand with something else in your deck. I see this as like an instant advantage. It's pretty nice. I'll give. It's just that it's a 4-drop, And at 4 drop, there are so many other creatures. You got like Gia Flame, you got all kinds of other things. But his ability is so, it's good in our current game status in Dojo. It's so strong just to be able to put a body on the field and draw. And he's less aggro, so he likes to swarm and then attack. Hydro Spy is the way to go. I definitely don't have a problem with the card myself. I like to play a lot more aggro-y and a lot more aggressive, and I like potential cards like Aqua Seneschal and Razorhide and Shock and Awe a little bit more because I like to test my experience and try to get these cards to work and make their values worth a little bit more. So the reason I put Reef Prince Glue Urgle is it's a 5-drop for a 2,000, so it's 1,000 more power than Hydro Spy. And its draw power is you get to look at the top 4 cards of your deck and pick a card. You don't even have to show it to your opponent. So it does give you a +1. It's not a how would you say that? A +1. I don't know how to look at it. Like it's a +1 to the full extent, because if your opponent knows what card you draw, it's not really a +1 because they still have the advantage of knowing that at one point you're going to use that card. So Reprint Glue Urgle gives like a very good potential of drawing the card you want in your deck, which kind of trumps Hydro Spy in my opinion. Reprint Glue Urgle just, he outplays, he's stronger. I mean, I like the card, but I can see the use in a Hydro Spy over Reef Prince, especially since it's a turn 4 drop and Reef Prince is a turn 5. And at turn 5, that's a little bit late in the game to get your draw power that you want. So overall, we have these 3 cards: Shakana and Blinder Beetle, Bronze Arm Tribe, and Razorhide. And we feel as a team that all these cards get their use in different kinds of decks. And I think we will find out in base set what these cards are willing to do, and we just wanted to get our opinion out that we love all these cards, and we hope you guys, if you play aggro, got a little information about how to play these cards and everything.
Definitely. If you guys have any ideas or speculation, go ahead and post in the comments. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube.
All right.
I think that'll just about do it for Denver Kaijudo. This is Mike D here.
This is James.
And this is Preston.